Warning, this podcast is produced by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment. It contains unsolicited and heavily biased opinions which are solely the views of the individuals involved. It does not include investment advice of any kind, and you are responsible for undertaking your own financial, including tax liability research relevant to your own individual circumstances.
How to Upland. Now, this was a suggestion that came up. The do's and don'ts of joining nodes and communities. There has been a bunch of the various YouTubers putting out some good short clips about this, so you can jump over and check those out. There's some very basic ones that, again, Finsky has saved the day for me this morning, and he's put a whole bunch of stuff together here. And I'm just going to run through what you've put down here, Finn, and yeah, feel free if anybody wants to chime in and negate this or add some stuff. Always do your research before paying a premium when buying into a node. We've seen that so many times with, especially in the UDU, when Midtown Terrace was getting established. Like, we purposefully raised the floor there to get it out of the hands of flippers, and then we'd have people come in and say, "Hey, I just finally got a Midtown Terrace property. Can I join the team?" I'm like, "Hang on a minute, what did you buy?" And they've spent $500K to buy a Midtown Terrace property. I'm like, dude, that's ouch. No, the actual buy-in price when we had stock available was way lower than that. And that was once you'd been through all the vetting procedures and that sort of thing. So yeah, if you are interested in a node, unless, if there's unminted available, obviously that's its own thing. But yeah, if you've seen a node kick off out in the place and you want to get involved, do a bit of clickety-clicking and find out who the organizer is, or what we call a node manager. Usually there's somebody like Radish Head or somebody like that who's in charge of these things. And if they can't give you the answer, they'll be able to point you in the right direction. There are some nodes that are set up to deliberately price gouge people. So that's one thing to be aware of. It might be worth reaching out to multiple people to get a feeling for what's involved with that certain node before you dive headfirst in. And there's all sorts of different projects out there. And as Finsky said, not all nodes are the same. So make sure you choose one that suits your gameplay, your ideology, your interests, your focus. I know, Zoe, you're involved in a whole bunch of different things that are related to different things you're involved in. I don't know. Did you want to speak to that?
I'm a bit like Cheese. I see myself as like a resident hype woman. So if there is a person or project that I adore or feel some sort of excitement or attachment to, I'll definitely get in and help and do what I can. Banana's Guide was one of them, Human Sims Guide. I helped edit the Porto Guide, which was lots of fun. I'm in Vatican House and the Evergreen Lasher node, and that's 420 and hip hop themed. Like, that's our primary interests. That's the culture that we're building, is the hip hop and 420 culture. So yeah, it's lots of fun. And then obviously I'm with the UDU, and I'm in MVE almost daily. But yeah, Vatican House and MVE, that's where you'll find me 90% of the time.
Yes. Yeah, Cheese, like, one of the major things that Cheese brings to the table is that she is actively involved in so many different areas. But, she's not just a hype person. That's Cheese is like a node manager and, like I said, the leader of the UDU. So it's a different level there.
Oh, obviously, like, I wasn't trying to diminish Cheese's role at all. Like,
Yep.
Everything she does is super inspiring. So, but the first thing I noticed from a marketing standpoint is Cheese is everywhere and she's supporting almost everyone. So, I took a page from her book.
Nice. Absolutely. And if you get involved in a node and there's talk about, you can't be involved in that node because of this, that, and the other thing, that should be a huge red flag to you. Most node projects that I know of, they're encouraging of getting involved in multiple projects. So yeah, that'd be something to watch out for. Finsky's also mentioned here that most nodes are long-term projects and not meant for quick flips. There are some that are, meant for quick flips, and they're not shy about putting that out there. So, it comes back to know what you're getting involved in. Finn said, make sure you have other properties to sell if in need of fast liquidity. Now, this is something that comes up within the UDU, not often, but often enough to be a bit of an ongoing pain. If you need liquidity and your first option to do that is to try and flip your node properties, there's something wrong there with your matching in with that node thing. People are seeing, I'll use Midtown Terrace again as an example, because that's obviously the one I'm most familiar with. People see that the floor is whatever it is, $500K or $1,000 or something crazy. Well, yeah, that's because myself and others in the team have pushed it that high to get it out of the hands of flippers. That's not the realistic expectation. If you put it up there at 500K, you can't expect that it's going to be a quick flip. If you put it up there at 200K, sure, you might flip that quick. If you're in the team, all that we ask is that you give us that option internally first. But again, I mean, if that's your first option to get liquidity, there's some disassociation there somewhere.
Yeah, maybe you're not like a node isn't where you should be, and you should kind of like focus your time on something else. Also, if you have a build on that property, you're free to do whatever you want. All we really want is for the nodes to be active looking, which means like just put a build on there.
Yeah, that greatly simplifies the whole process. If it's already built, whatever, the way we run our nodes in the UDU is a little bit different, where for our full nodes, we control a certain percentage. And I've said several times, I own 40% of Midtown Terrace. That will never change unless I've got some medical emergency or something like that and I need money fast, and then I'll do whatever I have to do. But at our core, our node projects have a solid foundation. Like I said, it's not like there's many community projects where it's like even the community or the node manager themselves, they might only own a very small percentage of the properties in that neighborhood. They might not even own the majority within their own team. It's just a different foundation. There's no right or wrong. It's just a different way to go about things. Give the team a heads up if you want to flip. Read the rules of the node project and honor them. There could be build guidelines considering position and or colors and what kind of constructions the team wants to be built. Yeah, I know. I believe Radish has like a red and white theme in his. Portage Park has the same, a red and white. Cheese obviously has her yellow cheesy colors in the Bronxdale node. For Midtown Terrace, I've said from the get-go, do whatever you want. Doesn't faze me. I've kind of taken on recently with those last couple of UCC contracts, I did a kind of aqua theme, but yeah, it's do whatever you want. And of course, you can find many different node projects in the community project contest tool channel in the Upland general server. We do have also the Upland wiki that has a bunch of node projects listed, and we're trying to get a directory going, which I've slacked on again this week because I've just been smashed. There's a node directory within the Metaverse Ventures Entertainment server as well. So there's no shortage of things that you can get involved with. And I guess there's no reason you can't start your own project too. If there's something that you're passionate about, yeah, get involved. It's all about this game as it stands. For me, I mean, some people still are diving into this thing as an investment platform. That's not my bag. Not ragging on you if that is your bag, but for me, it's very much a game. This is something that I do as entertainment, as a break from the daily grind. So it's all about active engagement.
When you say not your bag, it reminds me of the Austin Powers bit when they're going through his thing and they're like, whose penis pump is that? He's like, no, that's not mine. Really, that's not my bag. And then they're like, here's a book on penis pumps and why they're my bag.
Oh, gosh. Yes. And I'm just catching up on chat. Sorry, I missed out on all of this. Radish has said, it's interesting to see Upland is actively officially embracing the concept of nodes with the latest UCM broadcasts as an initiative to publish tips about them. Yep, absolutely. They definitely taken that on board. And some of this drama kicked off. We've put out a bunch of clips out there. The evolution of the term node has gone through a tremendous journey from where we started it all. Previously, when we started the whole node concept, there was very strict rules of what constituted a node. Now, anybody with a single property that has a plan, they can call it a node. We don't really care. It's like I said, it's taken on a life of its own. We're not going to try and force that stuff on the community. Just get up, get active and engaged. And D-Tech's off. Thank you, Tech. Radishad says he feels partly responsible for butchering the definition of node. Apologies. No way. No, I don't need to apologize for that, because you're somebody who is actively involved and you're doing a whole bunch of stuff. So no, I think that's literally the definition of the node. The only thing that doesn't really match in is the whole ownership percentage. But like I said, your thing is a completely different ball game from what we're doing. So that's fine. There's many different ways to skin the cat, as they say.
Growing, waiting.